Hello and welcome to the AFA Playoffs. Special presentation of Football Night on Block 8. It's a rematch of the Season 19 wildcard game. Jacks versus Stingrays. It's going to be a good one here. As South Florida's rocking and ready to roll here. And kickoff will be in a moment after these intros. To earn another ring, and you know he's not going to stop until he has one on each finger. One of the best players in the AFA, one of the top offenses, as we welcome out the Miami Stingrays. A team that came back down 0-2 to get a 500 record and knock off one of the greats in the process, clinching his spot to the playoffs for his 4th division title in 5 seasons. As Miami is ready to rumble here. Winning 2 straight division titles next season, looking to make it 5, but there's nothing quite like the wild card in Miami as we get ready for the anthems. And we'll be right back after this message from your sponsor. And we welcome you back in Miami, where we're going to have our anthem performed for us tonight, and then get right on with the show. Let's get set for kickoff here now. Miami won the toss before the intros, they chose to defer. As the University of Miami gets a shout out. And the professional Stingrays, ready to host their 4th wildcard game after their 4th division title. They've been a 2 seed almost their entire existence, but can they finally break through that barrier? That's been a storyline here in the 305. It's all about, can they succeed? Can they finally get past the northern teams who always seem to be a big obstacle? Last time they had to face the CONNetwork Express, wasn't too fun for them. However, they have faced the Jacks before too. As he rejoins, and the story of that whole game was about the defense. Wrangler was able to force some stops on Dingus. However, Dingus came back down 14-0 with a miracle onside return that took a bounce in his favor. And so he can make big plays. He can come back down big. And we talked to him the day before the game. It's all about that mentality. Making sure he's feeling in control of the game as the kickoff to start this one goes deep. And so the Jacks offense, who went a perfect 39 for 39 on extra points, had the highest amount of yards in the league at the end of the season, gets to operate here now. They're the favorites this time to head to CONNetwork as the first play goes out of bounds. Good gain there. 12-yard pickup. Here's second down. Motioning right. Oh, spins, tries to catch him off guard. We'll wait a bit as the play clock winds down. He's going to get not quite there as the tip brings him back for a 3rd and 1. And he's heavy on his motion. That's a big part of his game as he spins for a big run down to the 25, 20. Already he's got a big run under his belt into Miami's red zone. He's already splashing in the tank for first down. Slides right through. Gets a good gain of about 10 yards. And both teams are calling it at the 10, so that's going to set him back a block for 2nd and goal. As this will be a nice wrap up to a quick drive, but he gets the stop there. 3rd and goal now. If he can get a sack here, that'd be huge for Miami. Jamestown highly successful in the red zone, and that right there is the first touchdown of this game. Jamestown takes the early lead off a big run downfield. And the extra point, good with no contention. So Miami now, with 1:18 left in the first quarter, getting set to operate on offense. And I don't know if it's showing my chat shots or not, but it's 1:18 left in the first quarter. Dingus now set to operate. He's had some good plays this year in terms of offense. He's also had some defensive stops, especially against big teams, as that brought him back all the way to near his own end zone. We have seen some tremendous kicks. I mean, I've said it before, as this league progresses into the season 20 and beyond, the special teams just gets better and better. And especially with the introduction of throwing kickoffs, it's diversified a bit as here's a 3rd and long. Can he convert? If not, he might have to punt. Jamestown's defense, they haven't forced a lot of big stops this season, but they can. As here's a 4th and 4. Miami looking to get some big yards here as he slides through for the first down. And recently he's unlocked a strategy to slide down after every play like Ozuna to avoid tips, and it's worked for both of those teams. And that might be part of the reason why Dingus has been so successful this season on offense. Only losing to CONNetwork off a missed extra point. So they're close to becoming a huge contenders. That's a huge stop there for 3rd down. Or 4th down, actually. the first fourth down of the game. Gonna have to use his fake field goal here. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. It would go down as a 60-yarder if he actually kicked it, but it doesn't look like it this time. And he's got through for the first and more. And a good stop there by Jamestown forces Dingus to use his only fake field goal of the half. As he gets stopped there, only 6 yards on the play. And so one of the points that we talked about with Dingus was how can he stay on top of his game, and for sure he's going to try to control that more. As we end up in the second quarter. Sorry for interrupting play like that, but you understand what must happen. As now in the second quarter of action, Jamestown up 7-0. Miami in scoring position here. Third down, he's got the first. About an extra point's worth to go, and he's in for the touchdown. Miami to equalize. And a lot of this game is going to come down to who has possession last, who's going to end up with the ball in the end. As that will go down as a 98-yard drive. Both teams have been impressive in their yard accumulation so far. As if we pull up the stats, it's been impressive. And especially for the team we're about to see. Jamestown, 39 touchdowns on the season. Perfect on all extra points. And that would make it 40 touchdowns on that last drive he had. He has 2,798 yards in 7 games. As that is going to be a short kick to bring him up to the 45. Minute 55 left in the second quarter. Jamestown set up with good field position. They've been in these playoff situations before where they've been in close games. It's not a matter of if they can beat a team. It's a matter of how they're going to do it. As he gets out of bounds there. Could have honestly gone for much more. But it's that kind of football where you minimize as he stepped out of bounds too early there for a third down. Big run, however. And the speeds are correct. It's third down. Charges on through. Down to the red zone again. And the ball placement does bring him up. Or at least his arm. First and goal at the 20. Looking to his left, goes right. And he's got a good gain, tipped down to the 5. Quick drive so far. And I wonder if he's going to deliberate what to do. As on a second and goal. The Jacks can retake a lead. And at the 5 with a minute 34 left, you've got simple positioning here. And you have down, so no matter how you want to take this, if you want to speed the drive up, if you want to slow it down, you have the viable means to do so. And that's sort of one of the benefits of the Jamestown offense is they can easily control games. And usually in these big games, it comes down to control, as I've mentioned. As he's going to be stopped there, was looking like a sure run in, a sure touchdown there. But at the goal line, he's going to have to try harder, and he's going to get it for the touchdown. Minute 24 left. Jamestown retakes the lead. That'll be his 41st touchdown on the season. And the extra point is good. He was down for the full 2 seconds. Almost looked like a tip there, but didn't get there fast enough. Now Dingus ready to get on offense once again. He's already used his fake field goal. Can Wrangler's defense pull up with a stop? He's done that plenty of times in the playoffs, and that's helped them win these big games. But both of these teams also have comeback experience. Both of these teams have come back by 14 points in big playoff games. However, they did still lose those, but it sort of gives you a clue as to what kind of teams these guys are. They're high-flying. They're the best, well-rounded in the Liberty League. And even though we've seen this matchup before, I couldn't think of a better way to start off the playoffs than Stingrays Jacks, as these kinds of games can get close sometimes. And we'll be right back after commercials.
Go to the moon. Outside with my niggas, we doing the most. Grabs on the table, yeah, I been gone. At the base and shorty, she trumping it over. Keep steady, I told him I'm on one. Why you trying to make me?
And so the big deal so far is there's been chat filter issues, which has sort of dampened the chat shout, at least on his screen. So he's wondering if there's any issues stemming from that on Miami's part. But it doesn't seem like there's any huge issues so far. And so Miami, with plenty of time left on the clock, we'll see how they take this drive. Minute 24. 84 seconds until the half. 84 seconds to see who takes if Jamestown can take a lead before the half, or if Miami can keep it tied. And if one team can get a defensive stop here, the whole game will flip on its head in favor of said team. So, you know, who can make the stop here? As it looks like Wrangler's going to try to kick this one towards the 45. And overshot a little, but that's still going to put him at the 40. Still good positioning if the Jacks want to speed up this drive. But now it's in Dingus's hands on first down. He gets near midfield on a good run. That's going to be 9 yards. On the play, Dingus shaking around in this pre-snap motion. And he goes off sides. Minute 7. Time stopped. And he's going to try to milk the play clock as much as he can here. Remember, play clocks were shortened significantly. As there's going to be review on that play. He might have got the stop. And there could have been a chance he actually got a stop on him when he was just trying to go off sides. And from the looks, he did get the stop, and that's going to be a 4th down. With 56 seconds left on 4th down, he has no fake field goals left. Well, he only has one. Or he only had one. But on 4th down, this might be just an attempt to try to get him off sides, or maybe we might see a trick run here. Teams can usually pull off some crazy moves on 4th down to convert. Down by 7. Here it is. Did he make it? And another review. He should have stayed down. This might actually go in Jamestown's way, because it's going to be very hard to justify a 1st down if you can't see the ball placement. And, ooh, looks visible. We might have a call here. And that was almost a disaster for Dingus, or could be. It's very close. And we're going to take this into further review. And from the looks, if we can zoom in here. Oh, wait. If we can try to... Okay, whatever. Enhance. 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 As we see here, looks like the ball... I don't know. It might have actually been short. And had he stayed down, he would have just been able to... He would have been able to just... get a review, and from there it would have been a matter of, did the ball cross? As we're looking at another angle right now on the other monitor. Oh yeah, that's short. 51 seconds. And I said that you got to stay down for the review if you want a close calls to be made in your favor. Part of that is either way, Dingus still could potentially have time here. It's hard to waste 51 seconds off the clock here. And Wrangler might speed up his possession to get a touchdown. Again, it's a matter of how these teams manage the clock. As Wrangler comes up with his first playoff stop in a while. He's done this before in Miami, in the wild card. However, Dingus did come back down by 14. Can he do it in this instance now? Or can he get an actual stop? He's gotten the stop on Blazing. So, you know, there's no question as to, you know, a comeback could potentially happen. But as for now, it's Jamestown football. And they have advantage here on first down. Big gain, gets pushed out of bounds for a second down. Remember, that's part of tip rule. Oh, and he gets forwards for the first. Already 2 excellent runs. Could have got even further in both cases. Oh, and he goes off sides. Looks like he's going to potentially decline it. Unless he tries accepting it. And he's going to decline it. 1st and 25. That'll be a stop. No, that'll be a redo. And another redo because he's going to keep declining. Time has not begun to run yet. So he's got to get a playoff at some point facing this offside barrage. And it's potentially everybody's least favorite part of the AFA is just that happening over and over again. So what's he going to do from here? Is he going to finally take a penalty? Or is he going to try to run it out? And you know he can make big runs when he needs it. So honestly, I just try for it. Time is not running because a penalty occurred. And at some point, you got to get it off or accept it. And that could be a penalty right there. He's kept him unable to play. Could be a first of its kind penalty in the AFA. I'm pretty sure this is a penalty. And it is in rule changes. And it's going to be 15 yards, which is huge for an AFA penalty. He's brought him upfield. And looking at the rule definition, it definitely should have been called earlier. And looks like he's going to take the penalty from here for a 1st and 5. And at some point, you just go for it. And if he keeps trying to axe him, he's just going to get more penalties. And it's not... You know, at some point, it's a very long sequence of events. Oh, and he's got the playoff! Excellent job there by Wrangler. He got the playoff despite constantly being onside, as here. He's set back. That's going to go down as a sack. And he's going to accept it for the 1st and goal. 30 seconds left in the half. You know, the defense now has no chance to stop him here. It's all in Wrangler's hands, so he could waste as much time as he wants there. No tip rule. As here's 3rd and goal. He's called it with 16. And 3rd down. He's going to take the penalty. And this is the most penalties in a drive ever in the AFA. I mean, talk about undisciplined. Although, you could argue that this is very intentional. However, at some point, he's going to have to get a playoff, even if it's just a short run to the side, and that's what he does. Smart move there. 13 seconds, touchdown. Jamestown take a 2-score lead after an impressive defensive stop on 4th down. And, oh boy, he might have thought the play was still going. This is an extra point, and he could be close to maybe getting a 2-point if he tries to catch him offsides again. And Dingus not going to bite. And you might as well just let these kinds of situations through. No point in trying to sack him here. 1 point at the goal line. And he's in. 21-7. Dingus does still have 2 timeouts and 13 seconds left on the clock. So no doubt he could potentially make it 21-10 and, you know, decrease that lead. You know, he has the chance to do things here. That sequence of events wasn't the best for him, but he does still have a solid chance. After Wrangler chose to go in on 3rd down. And Dingus almost gave up a free touchdown. And the kickoff is going to be up to the 30 as it sails out of the end zone. And on 1st down, 2 timeouts, 13 seconds left. Dingus will now operate. Going to try to get a field goal here. His field goal range isn't too long for an AFA kicker. He can make it in around the 50. And at 9 seconds, he calls his final timeout. Good call, trying to get all that. All right. So I say good call, trying to get all the yards you can. But at this point, you got to go for the 1st down. You got to get a playoff. Oh, and he's going all the way. That's going to be a touchdown. And I don't know what happened there, but I think he was trying to stall the clock by being offside. And so he gets 5 seconds back. The touchdown is denied. He was on the chains. And he's got the quick first down. 3 seconds left. No timeout, so he might call the field goal here. And he will take the field goal. This one is from 48 yards before the half. He almost had a touchdown off of non-readiness. And it's good! 21-10. Before the half, he hits the 48-yarder. And so Miami goes into halftime with a successful drive. Of course, a long second quarter, but they still got a good drive off. Almost got a touchdown there. And that would have been amazing for the Miami offense. But still, they are in this game. They are well within this game. Especially after that field goal. And Jamestown has the lead 21-10. And looks like he's going to try to send this one deep. He has plenty of experience sending it deep. Or maybe he's angling towards the 40, which is what it looks like. It's going to be a low kick. Is he going to try to redo it? Can Dingus get to it? Oh, and he got to it! And the ball placement was up here. And so that's the first time that ball placement has gone his way tonight. And it's hard to tell if that was intentional or not. Maybe he was going to try to tease him, then redo it. As if he axed it before the 50, that would have been a redo. But he waited a little too long, let Dingus pounce on it. And, you know, had Dingus had more of an opening, that would have been gone. As here's third down. Already quick drive so far. Into the red zone of Jamestown, 4th and inches. He has a defensive stop so far. As he gets a big slide for the 4th. And he's got the first. Minute 30 in the third quarter. And, you know, he's still in this game. We've seen this matchup earlier this season. Quite the offensive battle these teams usually have, but defense reigns supreme as offense back in the spotlight. Dingus gets the touchdown to get back within this game. And he's got the 1 point, 17-21, 4-point game now. It was just 14. In a matter of 39 seconds, he has scored 10 straight points. That is the magic of the AFA. And it was maybe a good decision to have a quick drive by Dingus. But he's going to have to give possession to Wrangler. So after that field goal, you've cut the potential lead to only 11, as that took it a bit deeper than honestly I thought it would. Looked out of bounds at around the 43. Quick start for the Jamestown Jacks. Up near midfield, easy ball position. And that's going to be a good run there. He did step out of bounds up here, so he does get the extra yardage. Second down, he's great at these sweep runs. And that's sort of been one of Miami's weak points, is containing the outside, which Jamestown has been able to take advantage of. The middle has also been a big spot. Really, he's had runs in every single way, but especially right now, he's doing tremendous as he's in for the touchdown. Minute 5, 55 seconds, and already 2 touchdowns in this quarter. And he's in for the 1 point. Had he got a stop there, that would have been humongous for Dingus, but A quick response is exactly what the Jacks needed to stay on top. You know, he was hoping for a long drive there, so it could push him down to the end of the third quarter. Then, from there, after that drive, you can go for the onside. But I feel like if we see good management out of Dingus, if we see there's no tomorrow management out of Dingus, he's made some tricky calls before, and we might need to start seeing those if he wants a chance of winning. And that's going to be out of bounds at the 32. Good kick there. And that's some wrong chains. Okay, first down. Minute 5. He has a good gain there. There was a field goal ball that flew by that didn't impact the play, but it almost did. And might have warranted a redo as he gets the phase. Excellent for Dingus. Now he can start to time waste a little, and only this season has time wasting in the third quarter become really a thing. And in his case, it's more or less to capture that golden moment, that onside, as he gets sacked! 4th down! It looks like he's going to kick the field goal. And you could tell he was just trying to get to the chain spot. He used his first fake field goal on the first drive. Now he's going to have to use it again as maybe a momentum killer. He goes off the field. And whatever's happening there, 25 seconds left from when the play started in the third quarter. So Dingus has done a good job this set of downs, trying to get that time down. Of course, you don't always want a shootout because then it falls as a matter of possession. Who has the last possession? And there's a chance he might have done that just to kill Dingus's momentum. Icing the kicker, sort of, in this situation, as he's got the first down and more. And let's see where we spot him. We spot him at the 35. Wildcard weekend has started off with a bang. Or Wildcard Monday, as he gets a short gain and stopped there after 5 yards. So he's going to need to pick it up a little. You know, he's wasted sufficient time. He just needs to... On third down, he needs more yards. And so he needs a big run here. And it's going to be another 4th down. And so this 4th down is to keep the Stingrays in the game. If not, then it might turn into a blowout in favor of the Jacks, and they'll be heading to Kannapolis. Remember, winner heads to the Liberty League Championship. 120 seconds left to play as he is through. Unbelievable. He stayed down this time and he got the first down. That's what the magic of review can do. That's exactly why you stay down. And, you know, that whole situation in the second quarter with getting up too quick and losing your spot, you know, he learned from that mistake. Maybe try to prevent any score padding as I don't know. As he's in for the touchdown. That's a touchdown. Miami back in this game, 23-28. 24-28 now, going for the onside, which this is the moment that we've been looking forward to since the middle of the second quarter. This might decide the game. You know, this is one of those moments where all is on the line for your season. However, he does have time left. Minute 37, all 3 timeouts. So if Wrangler were to score and he could get another big drive and then a miracle onside, it's not over for him, but still. He was practicing onsides last night. This is sort of the situation he prepared for, and it's great that he prepared for it, as this might be Miami's last gasp in the fish tank. He doesn't want to drown here. Oh! And that either was a dingus recovery or a redo. Doesn't look like it might not have crossed. Wait a second. Does he touch? Bad news for Miami. It's looking like, again, going through the review process right now, looks like and that's close, but I think it's going to be a redo. Unfortunate for Dingus, but he's practices quite a bit, so yeah, we've gone through practice about this, not specifically for this game or situation, but just for fun. And he's going to have another shot at this. Wrangler's arguing that he never got a chance because he kept touching it. However, the real reason was he obviously made the swing. As Wrangler has the ball! Minute 33. And now Wrangler has the potential to go back up by 11. As he gets out of bounds there, struck out of bounds for a good gain on first down. Now second, goes to the left, cuts across, gets stopped there. Third down, and it's not over for Dingus. I keep saying this, but it's not over. However, Wrangler is getting closer and closer to closing out this game, especially after that successful... And oh boy, we've got rid of the decal accidentally. That's okay. As on first down, goes right, gets another big gain. Could have ran that one home. Minute 9, using the first of his timeouts. Good way to hold your timeouts until then. He can stop him for all remaining downs if he wants to. Minute 4. And he goes off sides. Will he take the 5 yards? Yes, he will. Third and goal. He can time waste a little more. The benefit is that you are set. The benefit of being set back like that, starting at the 6 while you're technically at the goal line, is you have time to run before Dingus rushes you. And as per the Frankie Louvu rule, and that's a touchdown for Jamestown. Minute 4. Up by 10. Can he make it 11? Oh, and he goes off sides. Now it's a certain 11-point deficit. Again. But he still has a full minute. Still has 1 timeout remaining. He can do this, but it would have helped to at least get that stop. Not much you can do there, but minute 4 on the clock will change that. 2 free seconds for Dingus on the clock. Down by 11. Can he do a Miami miracle here, essentially, is what he's being asked to do? Or can Wrangler close him out and achieve another straight appearance as he's got a low kick already past midfield? A good return so far for Dingus. Great field position, 58 seconds left. And the Stingrays have life. They just got to keep working at it. Ball placement after the tip does bring him forwards. And, you know, now you see he's playing like there's no tomorrow. Third down. He's got the first. First and goal already. And this drive has been executed to perfection so far. First down. More plays down the middle. You know, they're quick. They don't get you too much, but as he gets the touchdown, beautiful drive there. Beautiful return. Down by 5. Now it's going to be down by 4. You would have thought that he went for 2 there, but you know, it is nowhere near over now, and it can still come down to this upcoming onside. This can be life for Miami. Wrangler has won big 35-31 games before. He's always come out on the winning end of shootouts, as it looks like he has it. No way! Both players running to the end zone. Both players are going to waste time out until the 30-second warning. And Dingus has got to run somewhere. And there is always a mandatory onside review, and that is especially needed right now. But it looks like Dingus got it. Dingus could have actually had this one. However, you know, you still need to review it. You still need to make sure. But as far as I can tell, before the review, it's looking like Dingus has it. And, oh boy, this is looking like near a 50-50. As both teams nervously wait in anticipation. This could be the difference between who gets sent to play the Express in the championship. I mean, just a great kick by Dingus there, no matter what. You know, you gave yourself a shot there. Just a difference of if he actually got it. No matter what happens, it's 30 seconds. The 30-second warning has come. So the next play is going to be after 30 seconds. So time is running out for both teams. Ooh. It looks like as he hit it to his side, looks like Dingus might have got that. So that's a first down for Miami. They have essentially put themselves in this game. It's a miracle. I mean, this will go down in history if he can get a touchdown here. And it looks like Wrangler knew it before the play too, because he's set. You know, Jamestown does have all 3 timeouts. Miami still has 1. Ball placement brings him back. And on third down, he still needs to get yards here, no matter what. And so, fourth down. He calls his last at 15 seconds. And if anything, that gravity sort of helped Jamestown there, as he's been getting down immediately. But that will not constitute a redo as he's in. 12 seconds. The comeback is complete. Incredible. Unbelievable. Miami, you have got your miracle. 38-35. And what will surely go down as an all-time classic. Now it's going to be down to if Wrangler can get a field goal or if he can get a touchdown. You know, if this one can go to overtime, then we're just going to see more of this exciting action. And, you know, he's hit big kicks before. He's done this in a short amount of time before. He has had touchdown drives against teams with weak defenses in 12 seconds. So I'm not saying that Dingus has a weak defense. I'm saying that if there's any sort of defensive vulnerability, Wrangler can take care of it here. You don't want a 13-second situation, and I'm sorry to bring that up, but you don't want a 13-second situation. However, if you do, it's not game over. You know, you can still play goalpost defense. You can still even out that game heading into overtime. So no matter what happens, unless he breaks off for a touchdown, it's not over for the Stingrays. I mean, they've just completed a huge comeback, and Lord knows how many yards he has by now. I mean, it is insane. He has essentially completed a miracle. There was talk last night in a scrimmage of a Miami miracle that could happen, and, you know, that might have been predicting the future. As 14 points is tied for the biggest playoff comeback of all time. The only time a 14-point comeback has been completed in the playoffs is Bloxy Bowl 11, Bells versus Quebecois. That amazing game which ended on a walk-off field goal. But can they do it here? As there's going to be a penalty. There might be a penalty. Potential penalty here for holding on the defense. However, remember, a lot of this stuff does require review. And at least on my screen, it was edging towards. So that was a beautiful kick by Dingus. I mean, sending him back into his own 15 is just, or 5 is just a beautiful strategy there. Looks like that's going to be a touchback, plus 10 yards for the penalty. So that holding does wonders for Jamestown. And I'd hope he's listening to the commentary right now. He has all 3 timeouts. He can do this. Oh, and he steps out of bounds there a little early. 9 seconds on the clock. And, oh, he gets stopped there early. 6 seconds. He has 2 timeouts left. Miami has none. He gets a free second on the clock. This is tense. Gonna try to draw him off sides, get every single yard he can. You gotta milk this situation. And his field goal range is incredibly long. Around 65 yards, and he's crossed that. And he calls the timeout at 3. And so he can get a playoff, but he's got to, you know, Dingus can sort of let him run it out. So he's got to be careful here. And he makes a smart call there. Although, this is it. This could be the difference between a Miami win and overtime. As South Florida holds their breath. Looks good. In 12 seconds, can he complete the drive downfield to get the field goal? For Miami's first ever playoff win, and if he can get the block, all is on the line right now. 50-yard field goal for overtime. If not, Miami wins this. Will fate seal itself? Tries to catch him off sides there. He's not going to budge. Trying to sell the fake. He does still have a fake field goal if he wants to try to run this, but it's an easy decision as he kicks the field goal, and that's good. We are headed to overtime in Atlantic Arena. Incredible game. Just unbelievable. Absolutely stunning. And he's going to call heads. And remember, both teams do get possession. So the overtime rules are both teams possess 3-minute quarter. If the first team can't score, and from the looks, you know, he's had 2 overtime games this season, so he has experience. Wait. Yeah. And I checked the last game to make sure he's right. He is right there. And the coin toss is going to be tails! Miami wins it! They win the coin toss! And so it's going to be an easy choice. He's going to receive this one in what is definitely Dingus's best chance to win a playoff game ever, and one of his best performances in the AFA. It's been a long time coming. He has not had a playoff win in his career. Can he get it accomplished against a super team? A one-man super team in the Jamestown Jacks today. And if there's a prime, then this might be it. As the opening kickoff in a brand new game heads right to the 20. Good kick there by Wrangler, I might add. Setting him down to the 20. And so he has time on his hands. There's nothing to worry about as much as there was in the old overtime. His ball placement will set him back. And he's going to get forwards. Didn't tip him in time. He got the 2 seconds off. 3rd down. Ball placement still not forward. That's going to be 4th down. And so he might be rushing this drive to... That's going to be offsides. He definitely went before. And so Hattie... Will he elect a challenge? If I'm Jamestown, I'd see why he could challenge, but... This might be a challenge. But it's looking more... The ruling on the field is that he went offsides. So Dingus would have got the 5-yard penalty for the 1st down at the 48. And I have it pulled up right now. So let's see. Oh, and looks like he said go after. And from the looks... That's going to be offsides on Jamestown. That's a closer call than I thought. Yep, and he's going to call no challenge. He knows it. 2 minutes, 35 seconds. Plenty of time for him to operate. He has to get this off by 1:15, or else it's going to be a turnover. as per the AFA rules. Of course, the old rules, as here's a 3rd and long. Can he convert this one? And he's got a good run there, 10 yards. Ball placement brings him up for the 4th down. He's got it. Inside Jamestown's red zone now. Knocking on the door of a touchdown. And this might be the greatest playoff game in history. 3rd and goal. Getting these drives off quick. Now this drive has lasted over a minute. And Wrangler is right there as he scores a touchdown. Miami takes the lead, their biggest of the game, in overtime. And he didn't have a lead until, as that's going to be a redo on 3rd and goal. So either way, this might be a touchdown here if he can just convert. And it will. Now for the extra point. And remember, this game has gotten this high without the artificial old overtime. That just meant alternating extra points. So this very well could cross into 50 points for the winning team. Okay, now Wrangler has to respond with a touchdown. He's been stopped in overtime before, but he's also won overtime off of getting a stop. It's a very mixed bag, but he's had the experience. And so that's a bit of the concern with Miami is can they hold on? But as far as it's looking, this game might be in Miami's favor due to the fact that they got that touchdown on the opening drive. And so with the new overtime, it sort of gives teams more breathing room. And so you start to see more regular type of play as that drive lasted 1 minute 4 seconds. That's going to be out at the 22. Good kick there by Dingus, as he was pinned at the 20. So 2 deep kicks so far in overtime. Needs to score 7, 8 to win. Anything less means Miami advances. On 1st down, gets a good gain there. There's no doubt about if he can get big runs or not. You know, this game, it very much will come down to a matter of who has it last. Next up with the ball is Dingus, and so if he can score a touchdown to tie the game, then it's next score wins. As he's going to get the 1st down. Excellent there. Ball placement did bring him back, though, as his right arm wasn't up. Didn't have the football out to try to get any more yards, so I don't think he was dying for that extra yard there. And he's going to get 5 free seconds there. Time won't run for that play off of a mistake. As a big run for 2nd down now. And motioning right, goes right. He's been very big on these sweeps this season. Looks like he's forwards, though. Minute 14 in the game. Plenty of time here. 1st and goal. And he's got another big gain. This drive has just been amazing for him. And he's going to be in for the touchdown. He hit the pylon. 44-45. And this is a very tough situation for both teams. If Wrangler tries to kick this, he has to be able to hit it perfectly, or else it's maybe going to get shanked, and he could lose the game off of that. Dingus was thinking about playing goalpost defense, going to try to catch it if it goes astray. He could also be getting him off sides, but this is 1-point formation to try to tie the game. Almost. Dingus not biting. He's got to make sure not to accidentally kick it. It's hard to sell a 1-point kick. He hasn't done much of those this season. So far, he's 44 for 44 on extra points this season. Can he make the 45th to keep himself in this game? I mean, it's poetic. It comes down to this. Out of 45 attempts, he's made 44, but this is the 45th to tie the game, if not a Miami win. And Dingus gonna catch that ball back into play. The extra point. Montreal's lost on this situation before. Can he win? And he's got the tie. 45-45, minute 2 left. Next score wins. Next score wins. He's gotten a stop on Dingus before, so this all relies on if Wrangler can get defensive stops. He's gotten close. And this one's going to go shallow. And no return there, but he did have it. So now Jamestown's defense in a do-or-die situation. They've been able to pull off stops like this before. Trying to get a tip there. Second down. Oh, another stop. Tried catching him early. Third down. Can he get to midfield? Oh, he's got past. A big play. And he's in position to win this one. He could very well be in position to get a win here. All he needs is a field goal. But now he can get a touchdown potentially. He has plenty of time left. 45 seconds and counting. Second down. Can he get a stop? Third down. And the tip rule brought him back. So here's fourth down. And what's the situation here? He might want to delay. Third down redo. "30-second warning in overtime." He's gonna go for the fake field goal. This is the shortest fake field goal in AFA history. The 6-yard fake field goal. Miami to the championship. A miracle. In South Florida, he's done it. 51-45 is your final. Off a 14-point comeback, 11 late in the fourth quarter. Just stunning performance by both teams. Dingus finally breaks the curse. After 5 seasons, he's moving on to the championship to face the CONNopolis Express. I mean, just incredible. Just absolutely unbelievable. From the onsides to the 12-second drives to everything. And so Miami gets the win. They'll be heading to the Final Four for the first time in their franchise history and Dingus's history as a player. And that's all. The 2 seed moves on